Bone dun dun bone dun. That was very anticlimactic. I don't even want to.
Ride 'em in, ride. Ride.
Anyway, so we're gonna be cracking open some cold ones here with everybody, not just the boys.
I'm glad I brought a shovel.
With everybody.
I'm glad I brought a shovel for this.
You did bring a shovel?
Yeah. How was you going to crack open a cold one? You got to dig them up.
Oh, I mean,
are we talking about?
Different one, buddy. Different one.
Oh,
Okay.
my bad.
Yeah. So
for after
I thought you meant like.
we've got some
necromancer.
Wicked Grove hard cider, Prosecco bubbly dry cider.
Don't sniff it.
With a guest. It's Bitha. Back again.
Bithas back, baby.
Bitha's back. Back again.
Welcome back.
And she's got us a sippable here. So let's, I guess, where'd you get these?
So those are at Aldi. They are cheap. It was $8.99 for a 6-pack. So
It's the beauty of Aldi.
I just drink like one at night before bed while I'm watching The Arrow with my roommate.
Like, The Arrow?
Arrow.
Okay. I was like, is there another show? Because I'm thinking.
Sorry.
Okay. It's okay.
The Arrow.
I would have said
The
same
Arrow.
thing. Yeah.
It's like the Walmart or the Waffle House,
Yeah. Or
I
the
thought it was the Walmarts.
the Dollar Generals,
or
The Walmart.
Kroger's.
the Kroger.
The Arrow. Not
I'd
just
go to
any
the Aldi.
arrow, but the arrow.
So is it supposed to be? So it's pear
are we-
hard cider.
Are we just going to sip it or just hold it open?
We can
you
sip
can
it.
drink
Well,
it.
no,
Cheers
no,
to Dane
yeah.
for not being here.
Oh no.
If I do that, I'm going to spew this all over the place.
It tastes like wedding.
Yeah. Oh, that is dry.
You
That tastes
just
like
chug
wine.
That whole thing.
Yeah.
Why would you do that?
Why is it kind of like brown sugary tasting?
I'm tasting straight like white wine.
Yeah, it's very white winey.
Yeah, I am not. I like my fruity drinks.
I'm honestly glad that I did that because
I mean, it is pear secco.
yeah.
So
that was a thing that we tried.
It was?
Bitha, thank you for your service.
That was the first hour.
Hey, at least it didn't take 25 minutes like the last intro
honestly,
I did.
I have drank worse things
Otto,
before.
can you hand me them?
No,
Don't.
Just
don't.
no,
no.
You are
No.
not getting the gummies.
Yeah,
I won't do the mouth
No.
thing.
I
just
don't.
want
I
some
do
for the
not
taste.
trust
No.
you.
I promise.
Sip on your vape.
I promise.
Get your vape for taste.
That's gonna give you. That's bad sounds.
I promise he is not to be trusted, not one bit.
I wouldn't break a promise.
Although
That's
Otto,
wrong.
I did bring something else for you to
Oh.
try out, and I'm going to. I bought
That's-
these gloves,
Oh no.
and
that doesn't mix
Vaporesso
well.
is a brand of vaping product. And Vaporesso has no business whatsoever making these kind of gloves. I pulled them out one day, and I was like, "Oh man, these look awesome. This might look. I don't know if I ever wanted to cosplay as something like Synax or something from
Vaporesso man.
Vaporesso." Anyway, and then I took them out and I touched them, and I said, "Oh man." Somebody who's got a problem with textures
Oh no.
would absolutely
No.
hate these.
No.
So just
no.
They're rubbery, aren't
Just
they?
hold
Oh,
your
God.
hand out.
Oh,
Hold your hand
God.
Throw the
over.
regular one. Just,
Here we go. Now I'm just gonna let you just hold and grasp a little bit of it. Just this nice. Oh no! This good texture. It's good.
Oh no. Oh, it's rubbery.
It's the worst rubber.
It's like a plastic rubber. It's
That-
awful.
It looks awful.
Oh God. I work at a sports and outdoor store.
look! He's picking it up like
I
no.
work
It's
at a
like
sports
he's
and outdoor
touching
store.
a used condom.
And it's like the same material that
Here.
football gloves are made out of.
Throw
and
one
I
over
hate
here.
them.
Yeah, so
Let
that you
Bithas
can
see.
catch it.
No, I know exactly what it feels like. I don't want to touch it.
I don't.
Yeah, tiny
Ooh.
football.
I don't like it.
It's awful.
I
I
don't.
don't like it at all.
All right, here,
Nope.
Otto.
I am.
That's Ooh.
Oh, I didn't know we were going to start the day with purple Charlies flying.
He's got to look like triumphant.
Hi, everyone. I'm Austin Shazam Pfeiffer.
Hold on, does he look like a winner?
He looks like a wiener.
Well, that's good enough.
I'm Otto. I woke up way too early the past 2 days. Cogdell.
I'm Bitha.
And I'm tiny, and I still taste that, and I don't. I'm not a pear fan. I'm going to set that back over here.
Where are we?
And this
I
is,
don't even know
this
what's happening.
is Nerd It Through the Grapevine, a podcast where four best friends gather weekly to talk about our favorite parts of past, present, and future nerd culture.
Before we actually begin on the topic, I need to address something that a fan asked me the other day. He asked me, he said, so are your intros like pre-recorded and you just do them all the time?
Nope.
The answer is no, except for Dane, because sadly, Dane's been gone for the last 2 years.
I miss Dad.
And I feel like we need to just get it out there. He's I'm not going to say that his save has been deleted. He's just not with us anymore, and we're using pre-recorded audio from him, and we're just kind of filling it around, and now we've run out of that.
It's been very hard coming up with topics to. He just gave us a random file of a bunch of stuff, and we've had to come up with topics to build around. It's been very difficult.
Yeah, he wrote all. The crazy thing is, he recorded all of that like 6 years ago. He's been gone for the last 4 years,
And see,
It was 2 years.
you know those magnets
However
that
many
you,
years.
You know those magnets that you put on the fridge that you rearrange to try to say the different words?
Yeah.
That's kind of what Dane did with audio files of just him saying different words, and we've had to plug it in. So it would be him like saying things that, not in a full sentence, but we'd have to plug them together, like "tiny, don't whisper," and things along those natures.
Well, and the crazy part too was the scavenger hunt we had to go on to find the computer in the backyard too.
Yeah, for real.
That's true.
Like we had to dig it up. It was in like a chest from World War II. It was wrapped in plastic and some kind of grease.
And inside of it was another chest, and I opened that up, and it was a mimic, but it was a small mimic, so it only took my pinky.
Yeah, we had to get him a prosthetic, but it looks really good now.
It does. It works really well.
You almost can't tell.
I like this. Have you guys ever heard of this before? And it might sound weird, because sometimes when I talk to Otto about things like what topics are going to be for podcasts, I get these things back that are like these prolific things and eloquently spoken things that are just like, oh my gosh, that's the most original idea I've ever heard. Because it's happened on the podcast that he's on.
Because I listened to a lot of us before I was on it. So like the ADHD brain has put every wire together, and it's just sifting through. It's supposed to be files, but they're all on the floor in a pile, half on fire. So trying to find things of like, have I talked about this before, or was this a thought that I've had? It's never really, I can tell sometimes. Like that sentence didn't make sense because my brain quit halfway through.
Well, you're good. You actually you sewed it together.
I don't even know what's happening right now.
That's fine. We had a salad that was vaporizable, and then we ingested an alcoholic beverage. I think this is what the children referred to at one point as cross-faded.
I would
Oh,
never.
a salad.
Or New Drink
Okay.
Plus.
I was like,
so
what is
I
he
just- I
talking
just
So
call
about?
when Otto was approaching us about what we were going to do for a topic this week, and he was talking about it, he was really excited about it. He thought, like, oh man, what if we like take IPs, like intellectual properties, and we like put them in different scenarios than what they were originally in, like change up, like make this into this or this into this, and like it's the characters but they're in a different spot. And on Nerd to the Grapevine, we like to actually call that something already.
Reimagined.
Reimagine movies.
Reimagined.
Reimagine movies. Reimagine.
Every time you guys did that on the old episodes, it made me like twitch.
Right. But so I
Maybe
think also
maybe that's just the tism kicking in.
Also I think part of this was
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
I had this epiphany while I was frying hot dogs in my kitchen.
That's my peanut butter. Sorry.
and
I'm sorry, Tiny just felt really bad for something that happened earlier to us today. Otto, I'm sorry for your ADHD for this interruption,
worst.
because I've also got a strained muscle in my side, and if I laugh, it really, really hurts me.
I don't know why that
this
come
is a
up.
bad time for me. It's just a really bad time. It was a mistaken identity crisis where a mom with an amputated leg asked her son to put lotion on her amputated.
She said no. We can say that.
take care to put lotion on my nub, and he goes to the drawer, and he opens it up, and there's like a bunch of snacks and the few bottles of lotions. So he reaches and grabs the thing of peanut butter instead, and as soon as he flips that peanut butter open and unscrews the
Very
lid,
aggressively.
like he aggressively opens it, and it falls to the floor, and then the mom says, "Hey, do you smell peanut butter?" And by the time she gets that out of her mouth, he slapped a big gob of peanut butter on her nub, and she says to him, "Oh, son, that's not my lotion. That's my peanut butter."
Hold on.
She was so
I got it on
upset.
tap. You got to hear.
You've
You
got
got to
it
hear.
on
it.
What?
Let's just
Hold
get
on.
this
Where
auditory
is
gem
this
out of the
from?
way.
I saw it on Instagram.
Just,
Here
Oh,
we go.
I was like,
just get
what
it,
are
get
y'all
it into this
talking
crude
about?
recording.
Oh, yeah. It's in the third drawer, right?
And he opens up the drawer. He sees it's snacks. Do you smell peanut butter?
You smell peanut butter? Oh, son, that's not my lotion. That's my peanut butter.
Peanut butter.
It's the face.
She was so confused. She was confused. And she was
Will you send that to me so I can show my roommate?
She
Oh,
was
God.
confused, and she was sad, and she didn't know what to do
It's my
because
peanut
she's
butter.
like, "That's not my lotion that you just put on my leg like I asked you to. That's my peanut butter." And then she had to get sad because it was her peanut butter wasted on that.
Oh, God.
It was so stupid.
The fact that he shoved his hand in there too.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, he
ugh.
went 4 fingers deep in it.
beauty,
The peanut butter.
the beauty of that is that you could script something and try to write something, but that is funnier than anything Hollywood could ever put out.
That's completely true. So today, after we get past that, we're going to do some reimagined movie. Actually, no, that kind of fits the topic because she had,
He
she reached-
reimagined what lotion was.
He reached. She. So she asked for him to reach into the drawer and grab some lotion, but in this universe, peanut butter to him is lotion. So people
God.
moisturize with peanut
Well,
butter.
he should have rubbed it in with like a piece of bread, you know.
Right.
So have
If
you
you're
got
gonna do it
Otto,
right.
with you being the one who had suggested this completely original idea, what would you think would be a good area to start with for this kind of topic? I mean, because
Right.
Tiny and me, I don't want to give people too many spoilers on things, but Tiny and myself have met previously to discuss these, just in case we ran upon this again.
Right.
Because sometimes you get
I was trying to get one of those.
a burp?
Yeah, but I feel like
You
I'm empty,
chugged
but
the
I'm
whole
bubbly.
dang
Gyrate.
I
thing.
should have one.
I've got a caffeine-free sparkling water beverage over here if you like.
I was about to say, this is not
Do you-
very
do you want the
I
sparkly.
rest of
would.
mine?
No, I don't want that.
Okay, so
He wants the gummies, though.
I'm
Just
not
get the
giving him
taste
those.
out.
Please don't.
Are you just wanting me to burp?
I thought you were thirsty.
No.
Oh, never mind then.
Yeah,
No, I was trying to burp.
So I came to this idea a little bit roundabout. Me and my friend Elliot at work were talking, and the original idea that kind of put me on this train of thought was The Mandalorian is a Western told in the Star Wars universe. So I was coming up with a bunch of similar veins of like this style of like reality show or TV show, but in with these characters. And I have a list because
Well,
for once
just,
in my life
just
I did homework.
spoiler alert, that's not what we got.
I know. Me and Tiny, we got here before Austin, so we were talking, and he's like, I was like, yeah, here's the podcast idea that I was thinking of. He's like, that's not what we were thinking at all. I'm like, fantastic. This fits the theme. So, first one is, what if the Justice League was a workplace mockumentary a la The Office? The superheroes are sitting around the office doing their paperwork. You don't see any superhero fighting, but there's a lot of workplace drama.
Batman is Dwight.
No, don't put that on my boy.
Batman is
Put
Dwight.
that on Aquaman because he
Batman is
doesn't do
Dwight.
anything.
Aquaman,
Aquaman
is
is
Oscar.
Toby.
Oh,
Well,
yeah, but I could see Toby, too. I would think Oscar.
I think I feel more Toby. I feel in my feeler.
Batman's Toby?
Aquaman's Toby.
Oh.
Or actually, Batman could be Toby because he's sad a lot.
I think that, does everybody hate Batman? I think everybody hates Batman. In the Justice
Excuse me?
Do they not?
Batman is amazing.
Oh no, I'm thinking in the Justice
He's
League.
a
though.
hero.
Doesn't
No,
everybody
they-
like hate him?
No, they're indifferent to him because he's weird. They're like, I like Batman for reasons, but like I don't get him.
I
because
don't
he's
like
not
any
around
of
a
y'all's
lot.
words.
But
He's a lone wolf. The alpha doesn't have to be with the pack all the time. That's why he's the alpha.
right,
Yeah, he doesn't need a team of children to follow. So okay, workplace. Okay, Michael Scott. Oh man, who would be Michael Scott? Martian Manhunter. Totally clueless.
Yeah.
Yep.
Clueless as to Earth. Like he is trying so hard. Actually, Martian Manhunter could actually shapeshift into Steve Carell. So
Right.
it could be Steve Carell the whole time, but it's actually Martian Manhunter.
They could be the same person. That's literally what you just said.
And you only know that it's something serious and severe whenever Shazam, a.k.a. Ryan, sets the building on fire with his cheese toast, and they all have to rush out, and Martian Manhunter's freaking out. Like,
It was what was it? It was a cheese something, but it wasn't toast. It was like a lean cuisine thing.
was it a pocket? I thought he was just making cheese toast.
No, it was like a cheese pita, something like the cheese quesadilla.
Maybe something like that. But it was
Something like that.
it was a toaster oven that just literally
Yeah.
smoked and set off the smoke alarm, and then everybody was freaking out.
right. Because originally I was thinking it's like the Hall of Justice is a corporation at this point.
Correct.
So they have paperwork. And I was thinking, you got your superheroes all have their desks in their office. The sidekicks are like the interns, having to run around in between them, doing the odd jobs. And I was like, what would be funny? It's like Batman having to fire somebody.
Would the Flash be Pam?
I was gonna say Wonder Woman.
No.
No, that's sexist.
Oh, well, I don't think that Wonder Woman would be a receptionist.
But-
I
No,
think
we can't just put the woman in the receptionist
Not because
role.
of that.
I think that
I
Joe.
liked Pam. She was my favorite.
Joe-
Pam was cool. I liked her
Aquaman
too,
would be
but-
the receptionist.
Do y'all remember Joe that was played by Kathy Bates? Joe. She was the.
Oh yeah,
She was the
yeah.
business owner of
She had,
Saber.
she had the dogs.
She had the big dogs, and she was from
yeah.
Texas.
Yeah.
But I think that could
I
be.
thought it was pronounced Sabre.
It's Saber.
Sabre hummus.
It's Sabre hummus. It's Saber printers. So you've got so that character. Who was that? Who was I saying that was played by again? That's stupid. That my brain just done
You didn't
forgot.
pick a character. You were just telling about talking about a character on the
Okay,
Yeah.
no, because I was getting to
Yeah, I
that
jumped
character.
in there.
Joe from the Office. Would be Wonder Woman. Like she would be that character from a well off distant land that you've never been to Themyscira, but that's Texas.
From Texas.
But she comes from Themyscira. So
I like that.
Yeah, so she's the big boss of the corporation that's come in.
What did I just
to,
hit?
I don't.
Oh, it's a water bottle.
Yeah, it's a water bottle. Oh man, I really need to clean the sack. So okay, we got to
I
continue with
scrubbed
some
mine
characters here.
yesterday.
Yeah.
So superheroes from the Justice
Who would
League.
Superman
and
be?
Fresh.
Superman.
Yeah, we didn't even
he's
talk
Jim.
about him.
Superman would be Jim.
Yeah,
Did we
that's
talk
what
about
I
him?
was thinking too.
He's Jim, and Pam.
I don't know.
Pam would probably be.
I think Superman
Wouldn't Pam
should
have
be
to be
Roy.
Lois Lane?
Yeah, but she's not a member of the Justice League.
Right.
I'd put
But-
Soups
She
as
wouldn't put
Roy
her-
because he's punchable.
Why do you not like Superman?
I don't. He's
Why?
got
He's-
too many powers.
He is
He's
really
a good-
punchable though.
he's a
like you
good
pu-
character.
Like you
He's
He's
hit
got
him
too
and
many
it's not gonna hurt
powers.
him.
That's my problem with
No,
him.
he is the symbol of hope, peace, and
Plus-
the indomitable human spirit.
Plus, his face is extraordinarily punchable.
Yeah, and then your hand is extremely brokeable.
yeah,
I mean, that's okay.
That's what happens when you punch the Man of Steel.
right. Because the original
Maybe I'm a well. I had a thought, but never mind.
Bithas got the burpees.
So the original 7 members of the Justice League are Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, the Green Lantern, the Flash, Hawk Girl or Hawkman, depending on your flavor,
That's true.
and Wonder Woman.
Yes.
So
I mean, you got to start with the Trinity of just saying Batman, Superman, Wonder
Wonder
Woman.
Woman.
That's the Trinity. That's where it all started.
right. So Batman, we've already decided would be Dwight or Toby.
He is Dwight.
He's Dwight. I can see
He
Dwight.
takes himself so seriously. You can't tell me Batman does not take himself
Batman.
seriously.
I
I mean,
can
he
see,
does.
I can see that.
I'm the defender. I'm the defender of the night shift. There's no night shift here, Bruce.
Don't
call me Bruce.
I'd have put him. I'd have put Batman as Jim. Just saying.
Okay.
I mean, Jim as Batman would be way too pranky. I could see Jim being like Green Arrow.
Yeah.
Like trying to
Oh.
and Batman's just pissed off at him for trying to be like him all the time when secretly he's his own thing.
I'm not saying you're wrong. I just don't like what you're doing with my boy.
See, I think
that's all it is.
I can see Superman more as Jim because Superman is a lot more lighthearted, but he's like a foil to Dwight. They're the same person, but like almost too similar in a lot of aspects, but also very different. I could see Superman as that.
Well, and let's see. You've got Stanley. Stanley would have to be Black Lightning, just because there is, I don't think, any other.
Could you
or
see
Mr. Terrific.
Black Lightning meatballing somebody?
Hey, you been meatballed.
But hold on, the most important thing, who would be Kevin?
That's what I was going to ask.
That's the one we need, because Kevin is like the linchpin of the show. Well, Kevin and old guy with the mung beans.
Oh,
Those are the linchpins of the show.
Creed
Creed Bratton. Yeah.
Creed Bratton would be.
I could see Batman as Creed.
I think Batman and Creed actually fit really well.
Like
together.
old
Yeah, because he has
Batman?
a secret double life.
Oh man, like
Because,
old man
people,
Bruce.
People don't know about
Yeah,
Bruce.
exactly.
Old man Bruce would be a good Creed, and he's just sitting over there babbling about his past traumas, and then they say, "Don't like the smell of the bodies. It's just the mung beans. I've got those in my top drawer."
You gotta let them sprout. That's when they're the best.
Okay.
They smell like death.
Oh, and Katie Kapoor, and
Where's the Joker?
I think that Katie could probably be some. Who would Katie be? Supergirl? Just somebody who's always trying really, really hard for you to notice.
Was Katie the one that made the tea out of Gatorade?
I think so. She
Okay.
was the
Second secretary?
Yeah, well, the one that worked with Ryan and always had the relationship with Ryan on and again, off
Her
again.
name's Katie.
I'm thinking of
Is
a
it not
different one.
Katie? Kelly
Yeah.
Kapoor.
Kelly. Oh,
I
okay.
was
okay.
like, it's
now
not
we're-
Katie.
no,
I was
now we're
trying
good.
to think of it.
No,
It's
well,
like-
wasn't Kate? Was Katie the one that was that Jim tried to? That was like no, that was
No,
Karen.
no.
That was
No.
Karen.
That was
No,
Kelly.
Kate. Who was the one that that what's his face from
You're thinking chick in the back. No, Kelly was the one that was at the branch that Jim moved to and came back with, and they were together for a little bit.
That was Karen.
No, that was
Kelly was the
Karen
Indian.
liked Jim. Yes,
Karen was the one that liked
She was the
Jim.
pretty one.
Kelly was the one who was the Indian girl in the back.
Yeah, Kelly was an Indian girl in the back.
I thought her name was something else.
No, it's Kelly.
Kelly.
Well,
Kelly and Ryan. Kelly
Yep.
and Ryan.
Yep.
Kelly Kapoor.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember Ryan's last name. I just remember Woof.
yeah.
Could Ryan be Batman?
No.
I have also realized how quickly my knowledge of The Office has ran out.
Oh, I
because
haven't watched it since it was on Netflix.
We never said who Kevin was.
I didn't really watch The Office. It wasn't really my kind of comedy.
Kevin, there's only like one slightly like clueless member of the Justice League, and that could be Elastic Man.
Yeah.
Or Plastic Man?
Oh, either one.
Either
I think,
one.
I think Elastic. Or wait, no, there is an Elastic and a Plastic. Plastic Man was
Elastic
reformed.
Man is the one that's like actually kind of just dumb. He's
Yeah.
just, he's just a
One's made
goober.
out of underwear. The other one's made out of fun underwear.
Yeah, because
Thunderwear,
Plastic Man was a reformed criminal that Batman saved and brought
Yeah,
into the
and
Justice League.
Elastic Man is like this goofy goober that's always just like
Mm-hmm.
clueless about what everybody's really wanting to do. So I can imagine
And then-
that being him. Oh man, and
Would the Teen Titans be the guys down in the warehouse?
oh, the warehouse guys. I don't know. That'd be like the B squad that's doing all the dirt, like the hard work. Like,
Or like
those
Bo-
are the street level
The
Justice
team
Leaguers,
that
like your
Booster Gold is on?
Black Booster Gold, Black Canary, Wildcat. Dude, Daryl's Wildcat. I'll tell you right now, Daryl is real punchy, and I don't mean in the facey. I mean Daryl wants to fight
Yeah,
everybody.
Not in the
He's
getting punched in the face, the
handsy.
punching
He's
in
not
the face.
punchy.
Yeah, he's no, that's different to be handsy than
No,
punchy.
you throw hands.
No, if Daryl's
It depends how you catch them.
Daryl's real
where?
handsy. I'm gonna call Batman. I mean Toby.
Oh, Lord.
Wherever we settled on Batman, I don't know
Creed.
where Batman is. Creed.
It was
Yeah.
bounce back between Creed and
old,
Dwight.
old Batman is Creed. That's what we settled on.
Young Batman's Dwight, old Batman's Creed.
Okay.
Fine.
Okay, and then we said Aquaman was the receptionist or Toby. Because like Aquaman feels like he kind of be in a receptionist role. Because like he's a king. DC has tried so many times to make Aquaman cool, and it's like, man, crime under the sea just kind of. There's not a lot there, man.
I mean, you got oil spills and pirates.
And the Black Manta.
I'm talking
and-
about. I was talking about real life.
Yeah.
And the course of Aquaman 2, the movie, the threat was.
Wait, did anybody watch that?
I did.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, it was global warming was the enemy.
Thank you for your sacrifice.
My brother said it was the same exact plot as the first one
It was close to damn enough.
with the same bad guy. He said I walked out halfway through. He was like, I was like, this is stupid.
He wasn't the same bad guy. He just kind of was back. Okay, so Office Justice League. That's a good one. Do you have like?
Oh, I have more. I have a list.
Mine was Arrow. I did Arrow as the Office, so it's kind of funny. We were thinking alike.
Yeah, it's like the same. So the next one is X-Men, but a Breakfast Club 80s high school drama.
I don't. Okay, so
Well-
you've got to have the brooding one,
Wolverine.
and that's Wolverine. You've got to have the show off jock, and that's Cyclops. You've got to
Jean
have
Grey.
Jean Grey is going to be like the too good for everybody kind of preppy girl that's in there. You're going to have
Rogue.
like this little emo girl that's Rogue, and then you're going to have
The nerdy boy.
the nerdy boy
Beast.
Yep, even pre-transformation Beast, like First Class, like with his weird toe hands.
Right?
Well,
I'm
he
gonna
had, he had
pull-
polydactyly.
Marcus
Yeah.
say I've never seen The Breakfast Club.
That's
What?
fine.
It's
I know.
Don't you?
Look, don't
I've
you do
sang
that,
that
Ray.
song
It's a good
many
movie.
times.
Well, that's from that movie.
I know. I've watched the end of it thanks to Pitch Perfect.
Oh yeah, because of that fist in the air.
Put it
And
in.
I do know that
we
part
banged that one out
and the
pretty
song,
quick.
but
Yeah.
that's it.
Yeah, that one. Well, something that's like, other than the Breakfast Club, like you could do like an ensemble cast, like
Yeah.
but it's hard to do because, like, think about like 16 Candles, like your Molly Ringwald character, the way that she acts in there, that could be very Jubilee.
Isn't that about like a birthday party?
Yes, and coming of age and all of this other stuff. Like not.
I mean, I've never seen
not
it. I
adult-
was just basing on the title.
not adulthood, but more or less like coming of age is like I'm a teenager, my mind's maturing, but I'm still stuck in this like as a child kind of deal.
I mean, she was 16.
Right.
It's all it was. But there's this Asian character in there. His name was This Would Never Fly Today.
Somebody's breathing really hard.
It's Bitha. I see her doing it. So watch it. She took her face away from the microphone
well,
and got real
I
quiet.
looked around the room and I'm like, I'm trying to see if I can figure out who it was.
She's the only one.
I didn't want to point fingers.
She's the only one without a wind guard because she has the emergency microphone.
Also, don't have headphones.
Who?
Me.
Good. So
I can't hear myself
you have to earn your
breathing.
headphones.
yeah, you got to earn them.
I have my own headphones. I will bring them next time.
So, oh god, what was I saying before the heavy breathing?
16
The
Candles.
Asian, Asian
yes,
person.
Oh,
This
man.
would never fly today, but I've already picked out his character. It would be Nightcrawler as his character, but this guy is always popping up here and there in places he should not be, like popping out of closets, hiding up in trees, all that other stuff. And he really liked Molly Ringwald. I don't remember what her actual name was in the movie, but that was the character. She was the actress. His name in the movie, the character, the Asian fella, was Long Duck Dong.
Oh, yeah, that wouldn't be good
That's-
today.
What?
That would not be
His
okay.
name was Long Duck Dong.
That's awful.
No.
Does that mean it's
No,
work
I'm going
current?
to look that up.
Yeah, my name is Long Duck Dong. That was his
Look,
name. Long Duck Dong.
around that time, they did not name Asian characters very well.
Not only
No.
they all had the weirdest
Asian.
names.
yeah, it was. And you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I am who I am. So it's.
I mean, I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just.
No, I'm talking to
It's a funny
Bithas.
name.
She's the one over there in the Google box.
Oh, I know.
Right.
It's IMDb. It knows all.
Yes,
The
that's true.
International Movie Database.
Oh my! You're not joking.
Yeah, I
Man, they could get away with anything. In
I
the 80s.
stopped. I stopped fact checking about stuff like that because he was always right.
I mean,
Like,
I didn't think he was lying. I just needed to see that with my
You just
eyeballs.
needed to see
Right.
what
If I
Long Duck Dong in print.
if I speak confidently
Yes.
into the microphone and I'm not just mumbling, I know what I'm saying. Because if I don't, I'm gonna.
My thought was a little bit different. I didn't imagine reimagine movies. So the rest of these are a little bit more vague. So it's like, what if they had a buddy cop story in the Lord of the Rings?
That's so
Funny enough. Funny
You said that
frickin'
one-
enough.
Have you said this
That's-
one before?
No, we discussed this today. Hold on, let me.
It's like, what if it's Legolas and Gimli? Like, Sauron's been dead for years. Like, the Middle Earth has been settled down.
So
And they have to go solve a no-name crime in the backwaters of
So you got stuck up elf and just grumbly,
Dwarf.
angry dwarf.
Yes, buddy
That's
cop.
buddy cop.
That is a buddy
That is
cop
a good
right there.
balance.
And I want to see that.
and for it to be a working buddy cop like that, it could be set in the
He
world.
shows up to duty every day. You have my axe. And Legolas like, will you shut the French up? Like, you say this every day. And he's like, I have to say it at the start of shift, otherwise it doesn't count.
He
Makes-
says He says, "No, you're supposed to clock in with your badge number and say 10-8." He's like, "No, I refuse. You have my axe. This is the dwarf way. Don't talk down to me. I'm already worried about that enough as it is."
It's like a 30-minute argument every shift
morning.
start.
and what's
every morning.
And what's 30 minutes to an elf?
Right. Or a dwarf.
Not even because I mean dwarfs have expanded lifespans in comparison to humans, but
so do dwarves.
But that's what I'm saying. I said dwarves.
Oh,
dwarves
well,
have expanded
they both
lifespans
do.
in comparison to humans, but elves are like eternal in comparison.
Right,
to
right,
everything
that's
else.
true.
The elves are like when do the elves die? When they're killed. When the elves die of natural causes? When they decide to go kill themselves by crossing the ocean to the I'm dead place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
In Lord of the Rings, I mean, pretty much. Marcus could argue it more eloquently and describe it better if he was here, but he's
Yeah.
not, and I worry. I worry.
I
Well,
kind of
we
wish he
also-
was here for this one because I feel like he could have had a lot of fun insight on this.
Yeah,
That's
but
true.
he is actually dead. What did we say for Lord of the Rings? Did we move it? What shift did we
what
take
we
with? I
said
don't
was
remember.
it'd be Lord of the Rings as a sci-fi taking place in
Yeah,
space.
that's what it
Ooh,
was.
And
it'd
you
be
have to
Warhammer-y.
you have to go to like they're having to travel across like instead of this across this great distance of land and covering all of this area and running into stumbles and bumbles along the way, what they're having to do is take a spaceship and travel across the galaxy with this ragtag group of people, more kind of like your Guardians of the Galaxy style,
Yeah.
just traveling through space, having to reach a destination, but along the way we're going to hit some trouble.
I feel like Murray and Pimpin are the pilots.
I think they would be good pilot and co-pilot just because they're always arguing who's the boss.
Either that or bumbling engineers that are
Yeah,
useless,
I like that better.
singular,
Yeah.
but work well together.
Yeah, Murphy and Pimpin definitely they're the maintenance crew.
And,
Yeah.
Now that you say that,
and I think Frodo would most likely be a deckhand or something like that. That's just doesn't even belong in any of
just
the
the
main
cabin boy.
Like doesn't even
he's
belong.
he's the space
Stowaway.
janitor.
Doesn't belong in any of the conversations with anybody important, but for some
He's
reason
back there cleaning the shitter. He's like, "Damn it, Gimli! Not again!
This
I told him to keep the poop knife in here because he needs it every time."
and this cosmic force ring comes.
He's like, it's like a tube sock full of walnuts. Jesus Christ! What has he been eating?
oh, those are famous dwarven sausages.
It sounds like you're slowly cutting a really big rope.
Your body absorbs the nutrients, but it stays whole all the way
It's
through
just
digestion.
it's just a like.
Got to get the serrated poop knife.
He needs to eat more greens.
Legolas would most likely be the medic that works on board the ship because the medics on board the ship are always that I'm above you intellect.
Or-
more so even
be
the like even with the people that keep you alive as the engineers, like the mechanical engineers of the ship, like they don't have the highbrow attitude that like the doctor of the ships have.
Or he could be the co-captain. Like the captain's really laid back, but the co-captain has a really big stick up his ass, and that would be Legolas because the elves are kind of that like I'm better than you.
so the
And
captain's Aragorn.
Gandalf's the captain.
Oh,
I
Well,
think
he
it'd
can't be.
What if Gandalf was the line cook?
No.
That everyone
Hold on.
comes to for wisdom.
Sauron is the captain, or
The
Saruman.
hell?
Yeah, hold on,
Oh.
hold on. And you know how he's always trying to stop him in like the real Lord of the Rings? He's the pilot. He doesn't want to go there. He wants to go where he wants. So that's how he's the bad guy in this. And Gandalf, he used to be the captain, and they're like, man, what happened to him? And then he shows up through some kind of like warp tube portal gun thing, and he's like, ha ha, and defeats them. And then it's all Gucci from there, baby.
So, and yeah, okay, they can have their conflict early on in the development, and then all of a sudden, like,
It's almost like a Snowpiercer.
and they Saruman is able to kill Gandalf in order to kind of preserve this idea that he's the captain, nobody can challenge me. And later on in the movie, after they go through all of their journey through all of their quests and different planets they have to go to and different enemies they have to defeat on these planets and the loss of people and the grief and the trauma, they get there to the final planet that's made out of lava, much like Dathomir. No, what is it called? What's the planet
Mustafar.
on Mustafar? There we go. And
Wars
it's
knowledge coming in clutch.
just a lava planet where they have to destroy this cosmic ring. And they get there, and then Saruman's almost got possession of the ring, and Gandalf opens up a boom tube. You're correct.
Yeah.
He
He comes riding in on a Balrog.
comes riding in on a Balrog through a boom tube.
Yep.
And
Hell yeah.
and they're like, we could have used a boom tube to get here.
And then people will talk about it for 50 years. And it's like, okay, you write a movie then, buddy.
Like, why did they just not boom tube here to begin with? If you could just boom tube here.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah.
So it's a comedy too.
Yeah, I mean, they all.
Oh, yeah.
I think that there's a little bit of comedy and a lot of stuff like that. What else we had? Tiny and me had said Terminator as a high fantasy.
So it'd be like a la D&D with like Warforges kind of deal?
That's
Well-
kind of what I had in my head. Some kind of like Warforged, like automaton type deal.
Yeah.
I had said something like, a high fantasy when Arnold Schwarzenegger's character is an ascended being who returns to the past to kill the leader of the rebellion that took down his cult before they were ever born.
I mean, he could still be a Warforged in that scenario as well.
See, I'm just not familiar with the Warforged, so it wouldn't have been in my head.
Think D&D robot.
Yeah,
okay.
it's basically a Terminator, like same like humanoid robot person, but they have like a soul trapped inside of them sometimes because it's D&D and the rules are kind of gelatin.
I need your clothes, your boots,
And your soul.
and your owlbear, or whatever somebody's riding.
Right.
I need your clothes, your boots, and your mount.
But what if it's your mom?
What's that even mean, intoxicated, Tiny?
Look, I'm not intoxicated.
Yeah, you're not.
All
are
I'm
you?
saying-
Your face is more red than my
Look,
windburned nose.
That's just where that's from all the speed that I rushed to get here on
so
time.
you did speed too
No, no.
before we got here? What's
no,
wrong
them,
with you?
Them Freedom Eagles,
Am I
they
gonna call the
were
cops?
screaming, boy. I was like, I don't know, that stunt pilot group from the Air Force, whatever, Blue Angels. I was,
I saw them.
That was me.
Last week.
I saw them when I was a kid at an airport.
Hey,
I did see them when I was a kid.
They're in
And-
Pensacola.
Tiny
in
and
Ohio.
That's where I was
myself
at.
also had one more that we had discussed. It's a Phantom of the Opera, but
But
as
it's
a
cyberpunk.
as a cyberpunk.
Ooh, that could be cool.
You know, like he's all cyborgy.
I've actually never watched Phantom of the Opera either.
You got homework,
I
bro.
don't like musicals.
So
It's look, I didn't
it's
either.
so
And
good.
I didn't either, and it's in my top 3 favorite movies.
It's not a musical; it is the musical.
Gerard Butler. That's all we
I
got to
guess.
say.
Well, he was good.
Since I have 4 grape recommendations, I guess I'll watch it.
And then
I'll add
watch
it to my
Sweeney
list.
Todd.
Demon and Barbara Fleet Street.
I wish I had had a
Did you
warning
just
on
ooh
what that
one of my
was.
top 3s?
Because
It said Demon Barber of Fleet Street. What'd you expect? Rainbows and unicorns?
I guess I missed that part because I was unaware people were going to be turned into pies.
Yeah.
That was disturbing. I love Johnny Depp. That's why I watched it.
I mean, look,
that is the
people have
only reason I
eaten
watched
other
it.
people since the beginning of time.
I know.
At one point or
But
another.
if it came down to this, I was discussing this with Marcy the other day. I said, listen, if it comes down to being cannibals, somebody better kill me and eat me because I ain't doing it. I ain't eating nobody else.
Just think of it
I'm
as a
not
pork
doing
pot
it.
pie.
Eating
It's,
then.
I hear
You
what tastes
eat
like
me.
pig.
I've eaten lots of bacon. I probably taste pretty good. Just saying.
I'm also going I keep having intrusive thoughts, and I'm just doing really good keeping them to myself.
I'm proud of you.
Keep
You're
your
growing.
Yeah.
keep your intoxication
I'm doing-
under control.
Stop
from your
saying the I word.
intoxicated.
from your speed and your alcohol and your smokable
Look,
salads.
it was
He's
one
vibrating
alcohol.
over here.
I'm not vibrating.
You are.
That was just my phone.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I thought it was you. So the Phantom of the Opera as a cyberpunk would be pretty cool to see, like this deformed half cyborg. Apparently, I'm the chef. This deformed half cyborg that lives underneath the opera house in this cyberpunk world that's playing on these real steampunky style, not real steampunky, but cyberpunky, like synth digital / air blowy steam.
Yeah, there's like lasers and shit.
With Cirque du Soleil thrown in there.
Not
for
to mention
fun.
the dubstep that
absolutely.
would go along with the Phantom of the Opera, because you'd have
can
that, and when it gets to the
drop. I really want to see this now. Not gonna lie.
Yeah.
that would be actually.
I'd watch
pretty
it so hard.
Oh man, cyberpunk, dubstep, Phantom of the Opera. Everybody, put that into your algorithm.
Somebody do it.
I'm going to say it
now.
a couple more times. Cyberpunk Dubstep Phantom of the Opera.
Yeah,
Cyberpunk
because if
Dubstep
you don't
Phantom of
do
the
it,
Opera.
that means we have to do it.
TikTok.
And we're going to be
Cyberpunk.
real bad at it.
Honestly, if with all of the AI that is programmed into the social media apps that we have on our telephones and devices that people use to listen to this podcast, if I can just say things enough times, it will come up on your search somewhere. It's not even a search. It'll come up in your algorithm. Like, say, next time you're scrolling Instagram, actually, everybody in here now is going to get on Instagram or Facebook later, and Phantom of the Opera is going to be on there, but it's not going to be a Cyberpunk Dubstep Phantom of the Opera.
We had another one, too, as a rom-com.
We did, but we
I
didn't
told you to
jot
put
it
it
down.
down.
Yeah, but I had customers.
It was such a good one, too.
I had customers.
I have
Oh, it was Cabin in the Woods as a rom-com.
Oh,
That's what it was.
I had It. What if It was a rom-com?
Oh, my God. That's...
I have never watched it, but it just thought it made
Okay,
me laugh.
Here's why I'm against it. Okay.
You don't like it?
No, I like the book. It's mainly for that one scene that they didn't put in the new
The
movies.
one at the end?
No, they didn't put it in the new movies or the old ones.
Oh, they mean
Yeah,
the kid
the
lovins?
Yeah, that
the,
one?
the kid
Yeah,
orgy. That's
that's
the
the
only
one I
reason
thought
why I'm
about.
saying no
What?
to it.
Well, you
Yeah.
pronounce that
Yes.
as a corgi.
So
No,
That's called a
So-
corgi.
No, there was
With a K. Corgi
It
with a K.
happens in the book. Thankfully, it was left out of the movies. I wish Steven would have left that out of there, and he's gone on record saying he wishes he did too.
right. So
So that's why I'm saying no
Then
to
in-
that one.
Right.
You know,
Little
that,
reverse
that
thingy.
kind of caused me some discord. Just the
Lots of
fact,
discord.
you know, there's a link down there. Just click it, whatever.
right. So
We're circumcised and shit. You know the thing.
irrevocably
Except
so.
me.
Irrevocably.
We're on there live on
We're all now circumcised. All of us.
No,
No.
No.
Everyone.
Not Bitha. That's
Nope.
torture.
nope. I've been
That's
unaltered.
torture.
Well,
don't-
that's
I
not
don't-
true. I've not been
Anyway,
unaltered.
so
I don't
Otto,
know
what
that.
else you got on that list?
Okay, so this one is: what if the Avengers were in a 3-camera sitcom a la Fresh Prince of Bel-Air? So, like, they took the Avengers cast, and it was a sitcom about their daily lives.
What
Like,
exactly is a 3-camera sitcom? Because I've heard the term, but never really knew what it meant.
It's like a studio sitcom, like Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, All in the Family, like a lot
Full
of those.
House.
Where it's like on a stage in front of an
Yeah,
audience.
okay.
Where every episode happens in
Like
3
Friends.
locations
Oh, okay.
because they build 3 locations. Each location has its own camera.
Oh, okay.
So very like 80s, 90s era sitcom.
Friends?
Friends would count too.
Yeah.
Dharma and Greg.
Hey,
Right.
Dharma and Greg
Frasier.
was good.
Right. It's like, what if the Avengers were like that? You know, you get to see their daily lives. There's no superhero fighting on screen, but it's like Iron Man and Captain America sitting down for a drink, sitting down for breakfast. You know, Captain America's cooking.
I feel
and
like
Iron Man's always mad at how he cooked.
Everybody loves Raymond.
I feel like we've
Oh,
done this.
yes.
I feel like we've done this, but it was Batman and Wolverine. It was like
no, it was
Friends
Wolverine
2.
and Spawn.
Yeah,
Spawn
it was
and
like
Wolverine,
a Friends,
Friends
2
2.
thing. Yeah.
I think that well, if you're doing the Avengers, I would like to see it as that. What I said.
Everybody loves
Yeah,
Raymond.
everybody
Yeah.
loves Raymond because you could have Captain America being Raymond, and you can have the Hulk being his brother Robert, and then
Absolutely.
and then his dad would be Hank Pym, and his mom
What's a Hank Pym?
Oh, that's Ant-Man, the original Ant-Man,
Okay.
the Doctor.
Oh, right.
I know little to nothing about Ant Man.
and then it would be Ant-Man's wife, who is the original Wasp, Hank Pym's wife. I forget her name, something Pym. How funny!
Right.
Usually that's how that works.
That's how it works, ain't it?
If Captain America is Raymond, I think it should be Raymond's wife. I can't remember her name. Should be Iron Man because they have that kind of energy of a married couple that love each other, but also kind of like are picky at each other.
You know, I think that Everybody Loves Raymond did the best job of like representing what grandparents felt like to me growing up, because the mom and the dad, whenever they're at the house, they're like this. I don't know, like the dad. The grandpa was having trouble with the grandmother because he was like this guy like stopped really quick and then like tried to put his hand out and like keep her from flying forward, and she said he stopped fast and he made a grab. and it was this big thing, and then he had to like bolster and show her off and everything, and she got mad about how much he was trying to overdo this like showing of her just to like pee on her, basically, like this is my woman kind of deal. And she's like, you're just trying to treat me like I'm some kind of trophy and some kind of trophy wife. And he said, what kind of contest in hell did I win?
Yeah, I remember that one.
That was a good
one.
episode.
Right. I think it'd be fun because I love seeing superheroes not always doing hero things and just existing as people.
So then
Look,
you
one of
loved
my
WandaVision.
favorite things on Mid-Journey was to put superheroes in those type of situations, like Batman mowing the grass, Batman doing dishes, Batman grocery shopping.
Batman as a Jedi. You got to make everything a Jedi.
I did do that. Yeah, you do.
Speaking of WandaVision, I did like that aspect of it. I didn't like how they kept cutting to like actual like things to do with like the superhero saga, because that's boring to me. It's like I've seen enough superhero stuff. I just get done with Infinity War. I want to just see more of these people living lives. It's fun, I'm tired of seeing superheroes always fighting world-ending conflicts, and I don't want to see the little stuff.
You want to see him like struggling to hook up his new TV into all of his internet stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And just so mad, and that's the big conflict for
Like-
this show.
Like
that's
At
Captain
least this
America
episode.
has to hook up the DVD player, and Iron Man knows how to do it, but Cap refuses to let him help because he has to do it. And the entire time, Tony is trying and trying and trying to be like, no, you just plug the HDMI in, and Steve's like, no, I can do this, and he's like putting the auxiliary ones into the wrong ports.
Yeah, and Tony's like, look, I deal with electronics and things like this all day, every day.
On the daily.
And
I don't care.
And Cap's like,
I
look,
can
I
do it.
know I'm a strong, independent husband. I can do this without you.
That's fun.
Yeah.
That's a fun one. Hey, Bitha, what's one you brought?
Well,
You
I
got
did.
others.
I did the. It was a rom-com. But this one was just. What if the Avengers was horror?
Oh, that's Marvel Zombies.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we had.
Wait,
had
what?
trouble
That
doing horror.
exists?
Yeah, Marvel Zombies exists.
I need to find
would
that.
be fun. I do want to see more horror-based superhero stuff because again, it's like
Yeah,
I'm tired of seeing the
Brightburn
same
was
stuff.
a letdown.
Yeah, Brightburn was
It had such a good
and
poss-
James Gunn has decided to cancel the Brightburn 2 in
What?
lieu of James Gunn was
No. They was planning a second one.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Yeah, just to further the story some.
I heard it was terrible.
it
It was just real short and choppy kind of, and just like you don't need an explanation of why Superman is Superman, but this kid's like Superman but just doing like impulsive stuff instead of having self-control.
That kind of reminds me of I watched one of the DC animated movies called Warworld, and the whole premise of it's the original three Justice League get separated onto Warworld, and their consciousnesses are going around having to go through different things. And the end where they all finally got together was a detective noir whodunit murder of Batman, Wonder Woman, and Superman, all as different like tropes. So like Superman was a plucky FBI agent. Wonder Woman was a receptionist because it was set in the 50s, and we don't have to talk about that. And Batman was a highway patrolman, and they all were trying to find out who the alien was in this group of people. And sadly, it was only like a 10-minute snippet of this video, but it's like, I want to see that. A sci-fi horror, or like not even sci-fi horror, but like a noir horror of these superheroes having to find out who the alien is through all these different things.
so like Clue style, but more serious.
Yes, kind of.
So like Knives Out, but not funny.
Yeah, it was a little bit more like played straight.
So like a lot of the episodes of the X-Files.
Yes. But it was really good, and the Warworld movie was like, it was solid, it was okay, but like that part of it, I literally watched that segment. I'm like, I want just a season of this, or like a full episode of this.
Yeah, dude, Warworld like absolutely screwed my brain up. Like DC does these anthology movies, animated style sometimes, to where they'll just give you like 10, 15-minute movies, like not 10, 15-minute movies.
Oh yeah,
but,
like Death in the
but
Family.
they give you 10, like the movies are 10 to 15 minutes long, and there's like 3 or 4 of them in the movie. And it's just an anthology that they'll release, and they're so good. Like all those little snippets are so good, and you want more.
Mm-hmm. And they give you just enough to be like, hey, what if we did this? And it's like, yes, please do more, and then they never do.
They even did a short on the Spectre, and the Spectre's just not talked about a lot.
I think I remember that one because I have HBO Max or HBO Go or Max, depending on which time you got the subscription, and I will literally just sit down and watch DC animated movies because I'm so tired of Marvel that I love watching DC stuff now.
I think that's going to be one of DC's saving graces because, I mean, to reimagine movies, here's the thing. What you're going to do now is you're going to go off of something completely different with this new DC that's going to be coming out. Mm-hmm. And there's been a break from DC movies coming out, and Marvel has just kept force-feeding you content. Mm-hmm. Like, you like superheroes? You're going to have some more. You want a superhero? Oh, what do you mean you're full? No, you said you were hungry.
Well, and one thing that DC has done good is they keep refreshing the universe. We've lived in the same MCU for so long that whenever the Avengers game came out, people were mad that it was different versions of these superheroes. And it's like, yeah, like the reason that the MCU has been so popular is because they changed the characters to fit these new molds. And DC has been doing that for so long because how many different versions of Batman and Superman and Wonder Woman have we had over the years?
In my life, I've had, and this is actual Superman portrayals, I've had, I think, 5, because that's Reeve, that's Routh, that's Cavill, that's Guy on the television show now, and that's Dean Cain. Mm-hmm. So that's the 5 that I remember. I don't count Tom Welling from Smallville. He was never Superman. He was only Clark Kent. So we never got to see him as Superman, unless you read the comics, but that doesn't count.
And then how many Iron Men have we had?
One,
which, and that's not to discount Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man, because he made me enjoy it. Like, he got me kind of into Marvel stuff.
Iron Man.
Exactly. Well, and like, that's kind of the problem is, like, people can't see other Iron Men now because we've had DC since like
I mean, that's the problem with a lot of them. Like, you know, Wolverine. Who else other than Hugh Jackman would play Wolverine?
Yes.
Daniel Radcliffe.
Was on that thing that I
No.
I know, it's weird.
Well, because like in the comics, Wolverine is this short, like, manlet. Everyone talks about how he's like short, hairy, and kind of ugly.
I think he's
and
like 5'5" canon.
Yeah, and then they cast a very large, very handsome, muscular Australian man as Wolverine. It's like, that's not comic accurate. But like, again, like, I can't really see another person playing Wolverine because I've had Jackman my entire life. It is rough, and we're getting the last Jackman movie this year, and it's so exciting because we thought Logan was the last one, and Logan was a great piece of film. Logan was
not seen it.
Oh, Tiny, dude!
I know, I keep hearing that, but I was like, you know, just kind of really over the superhero thing.
Well, like,
I was over
just
before everybody else was over.
Like, it's not even just a good superhero movie; it is a good movie. It's a good period.
Movie. Yeah, and it puts them.
I also don't want to see sad Wolverine because I know kind of the timeline, and I know events that happened around that time before that part of the timeline.
It is similar to
and
Old
it's
Man Logan.
bad and it's sad, and I don't want to sit through that.
Right.
So, you've got what happened? What'd you say?
I have 3 more.
Oh, you have 3. Well, we don't have to do them all. It's not a requirement to do them all.
Well, maybe the patrons will get maybe a couple little bit extra squeezes, maybe a couple topics we can talk about then. So,
maybe
if you want that extra squeeze, you get the uncut episodes. You get a little bit before, a little bit after, and you get to hear all the Frenches and all the other things that can't go on live air. You should subscribe to our Patreon. Throw us some money. It'd be nice. Maybe we can do more things.
I do. And look what happened. Now I'm on the podcast.
You got a shiny holographic sticker, and you might get to guests with us, just like Bithas. And that's not her real name.
And get a nickname,
but
too.
She got the best version of Tabitha she's ever gotten, and that's Bithas. And she's going to be able to keep that till she is 90. Good Lord willing, and the creeks don't rise.
Bithas.
I feel like it fits because, like, when I look at her, I'm like, that's a Bithas I've ever seen.
She has a real Bithas.
I'm not a tab.
That's all I'm ever going to call her for the rest of my life now.
That's a cat.
Not a tabby, a tab, just tab.
No, that's something you separate.
No, that's a
well,
button on
people
the computer.
usually add something else to the end.
No, that's how I get an indent in paragraphs
no,
on the computer. You're just
like
Bithas.
Tabalanche, Tabarang, Tabasco, Tablet.
No,
Tabernacle.
Bithas.
I literally get so many different nicknames.
That's why you got the good nickname of Bithas.
Yeah, like
it's
that
pretty
was
fun.
new.
I'm actually not upset about it, which is weird.
It wouldn't matter if you were. Your name's Bithas.
Yeah.
It's like
I am Bitha.
I mean, I've already changed your birth certificate, so don't even worry.
Oh crap! I need to change my social security card and my passport.
No,
and my
all that stays the
license
same. It's just your name just changes.
Oh.
now.
Auto
Okay.
flex the one that you think is the
Hold on,
strongest.
wait.
Your list of three.
Wait. There.
It's official.
I've been canonized.
Yeah, you're
Oh
Bithas
my.
now.
So this one is a little bit more. I think it'd be funny to watch like a YouTube video of it. It's like, what if someone made a conspiracy documentary about Back to the Future? It's
Yes.
like, listen, guys, this guy Marty, I see him. He's in 2015. He's in 1955. He's in 1985 and 1885. This guy, it has to be the same guy. It has to be the same guy. A la Ancient Aliens.
And it's not only that, man, but he also had influence on like the Third Reich. Like the Third Reich was like influenced by him, and he was bringing back future information to try to further their advancements and get them along the way. And nothing's worse than a freaking Nazi. You know, the 88.
Wait, are you putting them up there with Goebbels and shit?
88, man. 88 miles an hour. 88. HH. Hail Hitler. Yeah. It's
found-
real, man.
Oh my
We found a wanted
gosh.
poster describing a DeLorean. They didn't have DeLoreans back in cowboy times. What do you tell me? This is, it has to be real.
What do you think that dropped the atom bomb? What do you think made the Japanese taste the sun?
It's
that
a
was the
DeLorean.
DeLorean.
It was the DeLorean. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's because where they're going, they don't need roads or diplomacy.
I don't know if they might pick that up, but I thought Tiny just had a violent fart over there.
No, I
was a
stepped on a water
bottle.
bottle.
I was like, that sounded
I
dry and
would've-
painful.
I would have
would've
reacted
hurt.
way differently
That
if
would've
that's
hurt.
what it was.
It was a cack. So
God.
that does.
I would have
kinda-
been worried
Yeah,
if that's
Tiny's-
what came out
I
of
mean,
you.
We've
look,
heard
I've made
Tiny's-
some sounds.
We've heard Tiny's farts enough to know that if you ever got like stepped in a small thing of quicksand, that's what it would sound like when you pulled your foot out. You know, just
I've got a very robust sphincter, so I make a very distinctive sound.
robust sphincter. That's what's on the back of your hockey jersey.
Well,
That's
I mean,
like-
look,
visual I wanted.
I've not met another man that can vibrate the entirety of a picnic table the way that I can.
you did, and then you
Hey,
got my dad to
Maybe not another man.
and in quotations, shit all over my dad.
I woke a man up out of a deep sleep.
He was in a
just from the sound.
He was in a
not
fold-
even the smell.
He was in one of the best hydraulic chairs you can sit in, rocking.
He was cashed out good.
And he was sleeping, and then he woke up to the smell of violence, and he just said, "Oh."
He went full Elvis.
Yeah.
It
I
was
picture
awful.
your dad like that's funny.
It was not, and he got up and moved after that.
He did.
and then he sat
so
right
did
back
the
down.
child that was behind me, but
Tiny
he
didn't know there
he
was a
didn't
child.
move
That
for
died?
long. Yeah, I had no idea he was there.
CPR.
He moved about roughly 5 to 10 feet away, and then I didn't see him move anymore. But that could have
on the
also
ground.
been because he was gone.
Yeah, he ran
Not
away.
gone, but gone because
No.
he was running.
Yeah, he said I didn't want to be
I
there.
was
anymore."
running, Jenny.
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 Give me
Sorry,
another
I
auto.
ruined you.
That was a quick
Okay.
one.
Table.
Undercover boss at Cobra. Like the G.I. Joe Cobra base.
Oh my god!
It's like Cobra Commander, and like instead of taking the face shield off, they just draw glasses and a mustache on it, and it's just him.
So how's it? What's it like to work for your boss?
Good. I get treated very well.
And then he has the side to the camera, and he said,
Well, it seems like everybody's really happy working here for me. I don't see any complaints.
nobody's saying anything, and all of a sudden he hears whispers from around the corner, like, everybody Frenchin knows that's just Cobra Commander with the glasses painted on his face. Why's he got to be such an idiot? Like, I can't stand working for this guy. And then he turns around, and you hear like a magic marker screech, and then from underneath one of his glasses that's drawn on is a single tear. Just on his Cobra face shield. Then he points to it.
I'm really not a bad guy. I just have a bad rap.
Yeah. Did you ever watch G.I. Joe, Tiny?
No. I
So
have
you
no
don't have
input
any
for
idea
this.
who Cobra Commander is?
No.
Oh,
No,
that's
I was just
They're
kind
real
of letting
American
everything
heroes.
just pass by, because I don't know.
Oh, man, I didn't
I
expect
had
for that one to
toys,
hit.
but
All right, Otto, one more then. Heck,
Well-
we had time for all of them. Who knew?
Okay. Mad Max, Pimp My Ride.
that's a good one.
Gosh.
this is your boy X to the Z
Oh.
Look.
we heard that you liked flaming rims, so we put 17 flaming rims on this car. Only 4 of them touched the ground, but you got the rest of them on the side, always spinning and on fire.
And the flames on the hood, they're from the flamethrowers. I can't do a good exhibit, but you know.
Who can? I'm not even doing a good exhibit.
No.
It's more like Ja Rule.
Oh, God.
I don't have the melanin content to do a good exhibit.
Yeah.
We put spinning spikes on your car so you can go through the wasteland getting your gasoline in style.
So what else is it? And you know when you gotta blast out them subwoofing beats to intimidate your people that you're chasing down, we put 44-inch woofers in your vehicle for you so you can rumble along. Who's your favorite artist?
and
Hans Zimmer? That's cool.
We have a flaming guitar.
Why are you always just playing the Wonder Woman soundtrack through your giant speakers going through the desert? Because it fits.
That is a badass song.
Yeah. I feel like it's got a cigarette dispenser in the dash too.
It should.
You know, like you push a button and it pops out, and when you pull it out, it's already lit.
Yeah.
You can hide 43 guns in between the seats.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
That'd be a really wide car.
You see in the back what you got there? We got you.
Depends on how big the guns
We
are.
got you a machine that'll convert your urine into drinking
I don't
water.
know. I haven't measured.
Ew.
It'll convert your urine into drinking water for you.
Urine is already drinkable water.
Yeah, but
Technically.
it's
Only
just,
once.
It's just a luxury to have in your Pimp My Ride vehicle.
That's just
though.
what they want you to think.
I mean, technically, it's
Don't let the
recyclable.
government tell you how much you can drink
and,
your urine.
And by the
It's
end
sterile.
of it, whenever they
Exactly.
actually when they
Until it comes out of
actually
your body.
they
And
turn off the
delicious.
cameras
Yep.
and you're so
know.
you're so excited to get your new vehicle that you've gotten for death and destruction, and you're gonna go wreak havoc amongst the wasteland, and then they're like, "Oh, thanks for this being on the show. We got to take our stuff back," and you got a horse and buggy left by the time everything's said and done, just because it's no better, sometimes even worse than when they originally show
like
up.
a guy
Yeah.
comes over and does the roof pat thing, you know, like from the meme, and then like everything falls.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like Blues.
And then they still take it back at the end of the
Blues
show because they
Brothers
don't let
style?
you keep it.
Yeah. Did you know that from Pimp My Ride?
That
Yeah, you know who,
I know that because of you guys.
Hey, there's a guy on this podcast that I know specifically sitting to my left that sometimes forgets what happens on this podcast. I was just making sure that you remembered as well.
I knew this I think I actually knew this before the podcast, but yes,
It was
they,
episode 73.
they would take out, like,
I don't know.
You're
whenever
a
they
liar.
put, like,
I don't
That was
know.
not that far back.
whenever they put like a PlayStation in there or a Wii, they take it out of the TV screens. And also, like, someone's like, why do you need a fish tank in your car?
You don't.
What?
Never.
Why did you
Never
need a
How
pizza
else are
oven?
you going to take your fish for a walk?
The
Who
pi-
wants
they want
denim
walkies, too.
upholstered seats?
The pizza
I
oven
do.
trunk episode was the one that really got me.
Don't
going.
judge
I
my.
was
I
excited
had a
for that.
jouch one time. Okay, don't judge me.
A what? A what?
A
Jean
jouch.
couch.
Yeah, I took old blue jeans and I sewed them like patch style across the entirety of the couch.
That's a pretty good looking couch.
Yeah, It had the pockets in the seats. That's where I'd put the remote.
That's genius.
Yeah, it never slid off.
Hey, Betha,
Hey, what?
if you went to work at your office and you were busy doing paperwork, then all of a sudden Batman walks over to you and he hands you a grape on a plate. What do?
I eat it because he's Batman.
That's true. You don't
Damn
question
right.
a gift from Batman, even if that gift is just a fistful of
He
justice.
calls them bat pearls.
Do 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 do. Bow, bow, bow.